If only we were allowed. You're not allowing us, so they're going to open the door every single time.
That sounds really efficient.
I know.
That sounds really aggressive.
Such really
Let me add another try with the Democrat thing.
yeah, okay.
It's a make your own. Also, like, I think
Yeah, if you want to edit it,
If you are, yeah.
yeah, I'll just display it. It's how we turn it on. As I stand there, the button's up there. Sorry, I'm not. Yeah, you're all good now. Mine aren't leaving. It used to. No, it just has the price.
Live stream as well. It's going to be on EUTC, guys. No talk shit. It's going to be broadcast forever.
Were we to have
I can do that. I can just. You literally do it. I can do that. What would you do like in the light? What would you do to take down the light? Do like
It's really cute. Yeah, you have a
that's all you want.
Yeah, I'm being tested for it, you know. I'm ready. I've peed everything I said this morning, so like,
Charlie, catch! Oh, you have? Wait until
Why is it funny? I don't know. No, I didn't. It's like
Hey guys! Just to sign up for the DM, you'll stand for dinner. You just need to stand for well, you'll get a token of yeah. And then you'll
There's always.
you share with one of Chris. I'm so sorry for interrupting that. That's on me. That's actually awesome. I'm terrible. I hate
Oh, I just said color. No, I said color. I said I did tell one person. What? Unless we found out. I was going to say, if you saw that, I'm going to be that. Oh, wait. No. I don't think
Keep the status quo of medals. I'm not sat anyway yet. I love medals. So
Oh, so you did. Am I proxying for anybody? Like somebody on the subject right now.
Yeah, but she missed it, so what you there's a spot, so you just give it.
It's too late, it's too late.
avoid people by going to hang out. Why do you think that? That's like, I think you said between 2002 and 2006. So if you stream back on Yes, and we did. Yes, I know. We had a whole
Which parent is it today? I actually
You're on the show team. You're on the official team. What the fuck? I get that wrong. I don't care the amount of debt I'll rack up. I just want to be a cheesemonger on every shop.
I want to be mastered.
What was your role? It's not cheesemonger.
Okay, folks, I have a question saying if we have to provide an alternative. Does anybody not have access to the email with which they use to buy Bedlam membership? No? Great. Through that email, you're going to receive a load of forms.
Yes, so Democrat 1, which is the voting system we usually use, it decided it doesn't want to count the votes today.
It's on strike.
Therefore, I am improving, and we've done this before, so it will work, but we're going to use Google Forms. I am going to email the Google form out to everybody that's registered to vote after the pitch of the thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Each individual pitch.
Yeah, each individual pitch, I will email out 2 forms. Please come up. We're going to do a test. We're going to do a test. If that doesn't work for anyone, please let me know. Sorry this has taken so long. Yeah. Does that make sense? Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Where is the big one? Get in the front.
Also, all I did was I checked to make sure I started talking after your points go in, and I think I could. I was like, I can see you. I forgot. Okay. Yes. We're not. She'll be fine. She will be fine. Yes, committee, to the front, please, without the emails. What? Committee of the front. Everyone, the committee don't have to buy memberships, we don't know your emails.
Whichever email you ready to do so you get whichever email you take.
Yeah, my grand. Oh, baby. Yeah, but we've got better, baby. So I don't have to raise you. It's the whole thing of like, you're like, yeah. No one beats that. Who's like separate conversation? Like, I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't think it was. I say without hesitation.
In front of Lucas. We're terrible parents, but it's okay. So he's promoted the incest agenda amongst bedlams because our kids are products of incest, and then they're having incest as well. Yeah. We're keeping the bloodline pure. Yeah. No, actually.
We're all children of incest.
It's actually not.
Generational I do have to say.
You're all children of incest.
Because they were asking me stuff recently. Yeah, we're actually, this GM is actually, we're just killing everyone.
Gets to like bring it back around. Louis, that's gross. Not in public.
I'm LGBT guy.
And I'm homophobic.
Together we can really
I need to make sure the live stream picked that one up. Is anyone going to click that? I need that somewhere.
It's like Fred Scooby-Doo, like, don't quit this! And I'm homophobic!
What I'm saying as well, yeah.
Are you looking at the stream?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a and also, I was talking
Like, I think
a man invited to visit your family in the next 6 seconds.
Is anybody actually online? There's two.
Cool. Oh, wait. I can't read because I am upside down. It's not even you. Oh, okay. Yeah, like... Leon, why are you... Oh, I thought you said he's funny. Oh, he's fucking with the mover, that's it. Oh.
Leon.
Okay, that worked very well.
Laurelyn,
Yeah?
you got a membership.
Yeah,
You're not on my spreadsheet.
When did you buy it?
I've only bought my membership several weeks into first year, so it hasn't reset
Oh,
yet.
right. Well, that's it. Resets at the start of the academic year, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to buy a membership. It's not a year from when you buy it. It's just a year. It's just like this year.
That didn't happen last year.
Didn't it?
No.
Well, is that because we reset it on the website? Is that because we fucked up?
It was.
Yeah. I think that was it.
So it's dependent on the business manager how long it lasts. It was set until the end of welcome week, and it's now past the end of welcome week, so it has expired.
Laura, would you like to go?
Yes, please.
Can you get
It's the same price.
like right now? Right now, thank you. Right the fuck now. I'm going to introduce you to my family.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's
You have to go. I'm still with Nick on protection.
You said leave that silence the entire time.
Hello! Everyone should have just received an email from my account. Please, can you fill in the vote? If you fill it in more than once, then I will know, because I will know based on numbers and I will hunt you down. Hello, Charlie.
What if you proxying?
If you're proxying, do it twice.
If we get more votes than we should, we have to do the whole thing again.
Yes, I know how many people should be voting, including proxies, and if there's any more than that, then I will hunt somebody down. Hello, Rose.
Doesn't I have to leave? So when you leave, can I proxy for him?
Yes. Robbie's still registered, so that counts in my count. Any other questions? Sorry if I sound a bit menacing. It's a stressful time. Thank you. Please vote. No, that's all right.
What email is attached?
Yeah. I might have submitted 3 that said no. You can hunt me down if you want.
Please don't do that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hello.
Right. Can I give you a different email address because I think I used the wrong one for
You can indeed.
can I do that first?
I will add this.
Can we open separate forms for people to submit their emails?
I actually don't think there is.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't received the email, please come and see me. 'Cause you
How do you
need
get
that.
up? Get up. Who would get up?
No, stand up, walk over.
But I'm my leg. Who
It's so much more stressful for me than it is for you. Let me get over yourself.
I'm always right.
There you go.
He's doing uni work, hence the foul. I know, right?
I'm just gonna do this. I love that you said please. Don't take pictures of people's emails. Yeah, the little bag. And no, because it was Alex who, and I'm like, well, look, it's pretty much to be Alex and then
you ask what are we never know what you ask. You want to go to the if you don't, yeah. Well, like if you don't ask, he might just end up like, oh, I thought we were just friends. He might have to put this out. He might have to be like, oh, yeah. What? We're just friends. We're just hanging out, holding hands. Like, yeah, you can really ask, what are we? Yeah,
Anyone who's sending an email, if you haven't got an email this time, please come see me.
I know.
Only the people who didn't do it last time. Everyone should have got one email so far.
Finally!
Everyone in this room owes me a drink after that.
I will buy it for you.
And history point, what's it?
You're like me. Right into the first thing, people have to sign in on the spreadsheet. That's something to
But this is deliberate. That was
Right, cool, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. The right number is yes. People, 39 people said yes.
Okay, folks, thank you for everyone to go with the first tea time. Yippee! It's been very good. I invite the team onto the stage, please.
budget is 300, which is the full amount for a tea time, publicity 30, set 70, costume 100, props 50, admin 20, contingency 30, and none allocated for tech, but if need be, I'm happy to rejuggle it with costume budgets. So Pygmalion, for those of you who don't know, is by George Bernard Shaw. It's about a guy who's very interested in mathematics, who approaches this girl in the streets, does approach her, they meet in the street, and he makes a bet with his friend that he can turn her into a high-class lady in Victorian society by changing her accent. So for this Pygmalion, I want to set it in modern-day Edinburgh University, where Henrietta Higgins, the main character, is reimagined as a wealthy politics student, races-going polit boy type, and him and his, hopefully in a funny way, and him and his friend Colin, who is the other guy in the original script, will be polit boys, and then Eliza, the originally a Cockney character, I'm hoping to recast her as Scottish, or aim to cast her as Scottish. The same bet still stands, the same premise still stands, I'm going to be using the original script, but just making it in sort of a subtle take, modern Edinburgh University take on it, and so that's why I want to kind of localize it and make her maybe not a Cockney character, but Scottish or other northern or non-English accent. That's my vision. Do I have? Oh my god. So it's quite a simple premise because it's quite a simple play. If you know My Fair Lady or She's All That, I kind of want to take the original and just modernize it. For the set, I guess I'll start talking about some other parts of it, but for the set I'm hoping to make it mostly in Henry's flat. That's kind of where all the bet for the transformation takes place. So we'll be using the space as his flat with a sofa and set pieces. Instead of them eating out on the streets, which is a bit strange, I'm going to reimagine it in a pub social. Just basically pulling a lot of inspiration from Edinburgh University culture and student culture. 41 seconds. I've never had this much time. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Whether you're doing gender blind or not, or how many people it is?
Yes, okay, so I don't, wait actually I'm on my phone. But the main characters are the three that I mentioned, Henry, Colin and Eliza. And there are three more characters, I'm actually not okay. There are three more characters. There's, in the original play, Mrs. Higgins is Henry's mum. I'm going to reimagine her as his girlfriend. And Eliza's father's going to be her flatmate, and then I believe there's one more character in the main bulk of the cast. I won't be auditioning at gender blind simply because the original play focuses quite a lot on gender roles, and I think that's quite an interesting avenue to explore. I also want to highlight more in terms of accents. So again, for casting, I want to in the auditions make it clear that I'm looking for Scottish and Northern accents, but I'm very much more focused on authenticity, and so whoever has a non-RP accent is very much welcome to audition for Eliza. But bearing in mind with the original visions for the play. So yeah, I won't be auditioning, and then there'll be 6 main roles, and then the rest of the characters will be gender blind casting, because there'll be characters to put up the pub social, characters for again in the original she goes to all sorts of Victorian upper class events. We'll be imagining them as maybe wine society or something like that. Just very kind of classic, typical stereotypes for the boy archetype. Yes. Yeah.
With any other roles, are you open to having non-UK accents or something?
Absolutely. like most of the play, apart from Henry and Colin, who are like very, and probably Mrs. Higgins, new character, who are meant to be this sort of posh, wealthy. They are still wealthy in our version, but they'll, yeah. So apart from them, who I will be looking for RP accents. Apart from them, everything is open, and I'm kind of hoping that what comes to our auditions, we can work with that, and whoever we cast, we can work with them to kind of create those characterizations and reimagine it very like authentically at the university.
Oh, I'm going to take one more, I'm afraid. Who was first?
Yeah, I think we're
Hi, Moses.
So Henry and Jose are pretty horrible with some of the things that they say and do towards Eliza. It's pretty gross. Like, how are you dealing with that? How are you kind of going to get around that and just treat with it? Are you talking to people like lib reps? Are you?
Yes,
have you
so
got
I've
yeah, basically, what's your plan? Because they're pretty fucking horrible.
Yeah, sorry.
And it's just like, it's a lot for everything to be ahead of this one person, even if they like the acting.
Definitely. So that's actually a good point. I didn't mention this earlier. I will be like taking the script because I'm modernizing it. We will be doing some script cuts and some reorganizing of the script. So there will be instances if we do feel that they are just beyond appropriate. There is scope to kind of cut that out or change it. Our welfare officer, like external welfare officer, is India, who is also a lib rep, and I've spoken about accents and that kind of stuff as well, making sure that we approach this very sensitively and very respectfully. In terms of their behaviour towards her, we also obviously aim to, once we have cast and crew like all set, we'll nominate the welfare to make sure that everything's okay. In terms of what they say to her, I'm hoping that, yeah, to kind of maybe make it not as brutal as the original script, because it is quite an old script.
Do you want to take one? I can if you're particularly passionate about asking it.
Oh, is it a musical or am I thinking of My Fair Lady?
My Fair Lady's a musical.
But this isn't. No, and I guess, why did you choose this play? Why now?
Oh, okay. So I will be honest, I did watch She's All That and I was like, this is brilliant. And so I ended up like finding the original script and I read it, and I really love how still relevant it is, especially in Edinburgh and especially in Bedlam. I've been part of Bedlam for a long time, and I think like my team can also like attest that we've had a lot of conversations on diversity for a long time, and I think approaching it in this way that's authentic and a bit more about something that's not talked about, which is accents, is a really like unique and interesting way of approaching diversity. And again, I'm hoping to audition people of all ranges, and so finding a character that works with that for us and for our vision, and someone that's auditioned and come to it that organically, I feel is very hopefully a way to promote some people we might not have auditioned before.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Amazing. I'm sending out the production merit vote for Pygmalion. Everyone should receive it.
That'll be more obvious when we do get to a contested vote.
what's rolling.
Yeah.
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 Marketing, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So next we're going to open the committee position, marketing. We will open nominations for that, and then we will have pitches. Sorry, guys. Cool. So nominations for marketing are open.
I nominate Kat Chapman.
Seconded. I nominate Ashley Matthews. Second.
Seconded.
Cool. Thank you. So who'd like to go first? Yeah, you want to go first? And so if I could ask you to step into the corridor while practice speech, and then we'll swap you out. Yep. Just because it's contested, we just swap you in the corridor. So you're on there in isolation for a minute. Cool. So Kat is going to give us a 3-minute speech, and then at the end we'll take 3 questions. Yes? Cool.
Hey, my name is Kat. I'm running for marketing manager. I'm running for this role primarily because I enjoy marketing. Some of you may have seen my marketing on Bedlam's Instagram over the past week. I was the marketing manager for Welcome Week. So that was quite a stressful time for me coming out of Fringe. I really had quite a lot of fun, designing flyers and social media posts. It was really nice to just be around the building quite a lot, taking photos of all the events that are happening and getting involved, kind of seeing everything that, Welcome Week has to offer, and then marketing it. I do really love graphic design also, which is a big part of the role. I decided to take myself back, head to graphic design back in COVID, when everyone was kind of like learning about crocheting, knitting, all that sort of stuff. I've been doing it on and off for fun ever since. It hasn't really had very many practical uses until now, so it's nice to actually have the opportunity to do something productive with those skills. But yeah, I think I'd be good for this role because I'm on the phone way too much. So that would be really ideal in terms of managing the socials, because it means that I can check in a few times a day to answer DMs and stuff like that. I'm really enthusiastic about Bedlam. I spend a lot of time here. I really want to help get people involved and reach out to people and kind of make sure that everyone's aware of what's happening and kind of welcome if they're wanting to get involved. So yeah, if people are asking questions on the socials, I'd be really enthusiastic about answering, because I want them to get involved. One thing I'd really like to do as a marketing manager is to start making use of the Bedlam TikTok more. It's still listed on the wiki as being something that show teams have access to, but it hasn't been used since 2021 or something. There's only 5 or 6 videos on there. I don't necessarily think that TikTok is the best way to market individual shows, but I do think it has the potential to be a really good way to market the building and future as a whole. Obviously this would be dependent on massive community response, but I'd like to make videos about the building itself, as well as the non-show related things we do about the building. So basically kind of similar to a lot of workshops that were put on during Welcome Week, kind of saying similar sorts of things on the TikTok, so people know more about it. The final thing I'd like to do is encourage show teams to draw more awareness to application of tech and backstage roles on Bedlam's Instagram story, because they aren't really spoken about much except for on the Facebook, so people who aren't on the Facebook might not be aware that there are opportunities to get involved in ways other than acting. But yeah, that's everything I have to say. Thank you for listening.
Take some questions for Kat. If there are no questions, let us go. No? Cool.
I have a question. What's your favourite font?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure I really have a strong preference for any particular font. I am a fan of the sans serif font. I think that serif fonts kind of overpowered. But yeah, that's just my views.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I can be very good. Cool. Slade, from Kat,
I think Mary had a question.
I did not see you. Mary should have raised her hand.
Mary did it.
Let Mary ask the question.
Alright, sorry. Go crazy.
I was wondering, do you have any specific
ideas for the Bedlam Instagram, for example, because I know like last committee, like Jemima had quite a specific kind of face she wants to give off Instagram, more like a professional kind of vibe or whatever. Like, do you have a sort of vision? Do you want to carry on that same vision, or how do you
Yeah.
want this?
Well, I do really like what Jemima's been doing on the Instagram already. I think that is quite good. Kind of like I like how the show teams have access to the Instagram. I can like post a couple of posts on like what they're planning on doing for shows. I also quite like if they're getting like production shots done. I think it's quite nice to have them posted on Instagram as well. But yeah, I do really like what's been done. I think it's great. So I'm glad to carry on doing something as well.
Does anybody have a question before we move cat out and leave? No? Cool. Great. Let's yeah, so you're great. You're just on there and then you do 3 minutes. Yeah, on stage, you do yourself, and then 3 minutes, and then I'll ask you if you have any questions after that. You don't need to take a full 3 minutes. I'll remind you of Cool.
Alright, so hi guys, I'm Aisling. I'm a 4th year at Edinburgh University. I'm studying English. I wasn't here last year, I was on a year abroad, so there's a lot of people I don't recognise, but I'm really excited to get to know everyone again. I really missed Bedlam last year, and I have taken a lot from Bedlam in the 2 years I was here, and I really want to kind of give back now. And so when marketing was available, I really wanted to put myself forward because, so back in year 2, I directed a show, and probably shouldn't say this, but one of my favourite parts of directing that was the marketing and kind of coming up with the plan for the marketing, both long-term and just the practical. And so I really kind of want to get stuck into that again. Sorry, I have notes on my phone, I'm just going to grab them. So yeah, I have some experience with this, both through directing at Bedlam already and also back at home. I run, through some societies, I run some social media stuff then, so I have experience on Canva, not only just me using Canva, but also I taught people how to use it, because it can kind of be hell when you first start using it. And yeah, I've worked with just the long-term like marketing overarching plan, when you're going to release certain photos, when you're going to do the photo shoots for your play, which are really fun, but also just the practical. I've printed out posters for stuff. I've tried to work out what's more effective, flyers, posters, and also I've had like contact with reviewers, so I feel quite comfortable doing those things, and also helping people on the production teams like learn how to do them. So yeah, what I would want to do as the marketing manager, I want to use the Instagram more. I feel like it's maybe not used enough. I've spoken to people before who said like, oh, we really wanted to audition, but we didn't know where the auditions are, because a lot of people come to university, they don't have Facebook, you kind of need Facebook for a lot of theatre stuff. But we can post those things on Instagram. We can like direct people from the Instagram to Facebook a little bit more. I know I struggle with that, like you. And my other thing, which I really enjoyed doing, was reaching out to more societies. Bedlam's super awesome, and it's so cool how many people get involved. But one of my favourite things, like when we did our show, is we spoke to the Irish Society and the Folk Music Society. So reaching out to these other societies, because not only will they promote your show, they will also bring in more members to Bedlam. They will also come to your fundraisers, which can be really useful. And people who maybe have been too shy to get involved in Bedlam before, for whatever reason, really feel a lot more involved if they're going through another society again. And yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. Sorry, but that was so asking questions.
Any questions? I am here.
What's your favourite font?
I don't really know if I have one favourite font. I'm so sorry. Like I'm now just thinking about it. I just always do Times New Roman. So I'm really sorry, it's quite boring. It's a classic. Yeah.
Any questions before hello, Mary?
I also have the same question. You kind of touched upon wanting to use the Instagram more. Do you have any ideas of how you want to present kind of the image of Bedlam on social media? Do you want to carry on similar stuff what the marketing manager last year has done with like posting the kind of general image of Instagram, or do you have like a twist on that? Or
Yeah, thanks for asking that. I had an idea of, there's so much that happens at Bedlam which no one ever sees, and a lot of that is often either tech, stage, set, all of that kind of thing, but also just the runnings of it. So this, for example, committee meetings. And I'd love to show more of that because it's really interesting. There's so many really talented people who, you know, actors get known on stage, but you never see these people. And so like just showing more the behind the scenes of Bedlam, and then it makes it more accessible for people who maybe don't want to act or don't want to direct, you know, the more traditional roles, but they see these other roles and they can kind of see themselves there and want to join the society, want to learn more about it. I would like to do that too.
One more question? No? Fine. Fine. Fine, let me. Oh,
Go.
sorry.
No, that one's
Fight.
Not yet. No, that one's
Three, what's your question?
yeah, you talk a lot about collaboration with other societies, like non-theatre societies, and as Mary says, you have ideas about expanding connections and like opening up other aspects of the theatre realm.
Yeah.
I think, how would you feel about, how are you interested in, or how would you approach working alongside other theatre societies as well?
I think we should, absolutely. I mean, you have the common interest of theatre already. Fortunately, Bedlam are already defined that they have this amazing buildings, so Bedlam have their identity, but I'm more thinking just in terms of fundraiser. A lot of stories sometimes struggle to raise money, so interaction with other societies is really useful in terms of that. But also making prod teams. There might be people in musical theatre societies who want to get involved, but they don't know anyone here because a lot of the time they're quite separate. So I know you do the theatre mixer at the beginning of the year, but also just more stuff like that. And I guess the marketing side will be promoting that. But if there was a show with music in, which there sometimes is, you can contact Musical Theatre Society because they'll probably know maybe a bit more about that. So yeah, definitely like forging those connections even more so than they already are, I guess. Yeah.
Just while we're still waiting for that, 3 more people have to vote in the Pygmalion Project merit. Please, if you are and vote. Shame. I'm also sending out the marketing manager election for 2 minutes, so keep an eye out for that. Yippee.
Got it.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, great. Sorry.
Okay, that should be what everyone is doing.
It makes the most sense. Yeah.
Hi guys, we're going to do the social secretary next. Voting for the other committee position. Hooray! I have put nominations for the social secretary.
I nominate Johnny Rose for social secretary.
Second. Johnny, please step up to the plate.
Any other nominations?
I nominate Vicky Ivan for social.
Second.
Fine, meeting who's coming up first?
Rock, paper, scissors? Oh, okay, I can go first then. If I start crying.
Cool, 74. Shut up for Charlie, and then we'll shut up for Nikki. Timer is going on. Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a dweeb. I'm a virgin. I've got fucking post-it cards because I don't like technology. My main goal for socials, if I got it, was twofold. More events and a wider range of events. One of my key problems is at the moment we sort of exclusively do events in either Freshers Week or Refreshers Week, and you occasionally get show teams doing their own thing for fundraisers and stuff, and I think it doesn't engage the society as a society. We just sort of become a theatre company where it's like, oh, do you want to get involved? No, you want to run out of this week? Piss off. I've got various ideas. One of my main ideas is more emphasis on sort of wholesome activities, because with theatre kids, drinking will happen eventually, lock-ins will continue, no one's going to kill them no matter what you do. I'm not saying I will. But I think we can sort of emphasise things where freshers don't feel the need to drink, or maybe they can feel more comfortable around people to drink. Basically, for introverts who don't want to party, things like board games, we can do inter-society like Bake Off, like what Jack did last year, bring that back, get half-bakes involved. I thought of a book club that I could fob off to like the librarian. Basically, also I've got millions and millions of ideas.
Further on, wholesome events, seasonal events. It's basically a free calendar year of social events if you just use holidays. I've got ideas like Pancake Day, that can be baking, you can do silly contests. Bonfire Night, it might be too regionally specific to being English, but I think it's fun. It's maybe too close to Halloween, whatever, we'll get into the logistics. How the fuck do we not have a Barnes Night event? I'm sorry! Reading poetry, performing? We've got a stage, we've got a building, iron brew or whiskey, Burns Night. I'd love to invite other people of different cultures to host certain seasonal events. I've written down here Lunar New Year and Diwali. I'm not someone who personally has connections with those, but if you do, come to committee, say, I think this would be great, I think we should do this, and we'll fucking do it. Sorry about the swearing. My final point, lock-ins, dun 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 dun, is what I've actually written on here. The name sucks, people! It's so confusing. The amount of people I've spoken to have gone, am I being locked in the building? What's going on? It's terrible. I thought that when I became a fresher. It's daunting, it's scary, we need to rename it. I've got about 8 million names here. Ask me afterwards, have your pick, I've got 400 ideas. 20 seconds, I'll read you some ideas! Bedlam afters, bedlam's up, bedlam after dark, bedlam after hours, bedlam after party, literally anything but locking! And this is not controversial, because I was looking it up beforehand and they used to be called bedlam box, laying by name. Anyways, work for me for socials. I hate technology and I love people. I'm very sorry, Holly Spragg, wherever you may be in the universe, but my personal favourite was my Freshers Panto lock-in. The first lock-in I properly went to because I left the Freshers one because I was too tired. And we ended up, because Holly, so I was in Fraser and Holly was in Pollock right next door. 3 of us ended up carrying Holly home because she was so drunk. I'm sorry, Holly Spragg, wherever your ghost may be.
She's not dead.
Holly's flatmates, if you tell her I'm killing you. Yeah, I'm really lovely and cuddly person, really welcoming. First Panto lock-in was just something else. I enjoyed it. Yeah, post-show, that was one of the points I wanted to bring up. Like lock-ins with shows. Actors will go, please let me drink in the building, please, and you give them a way to do it that's not on the show. It's perfect. Any more questions?
Hello. What have you got against the name Bedlam Box? Because I think we should bring that back.
I think my personal grief, I can write you an essay. I'm unnecessarily opinionated on a lot of things. But yeah, it feels like we're doing like top of the pops. Like it just feels like a music review society. What the fuck? Like, no, I'm getting drunk in Bedlam. It needs to bring the vibe. It's not just like, yeah, I'm listening to Africa by Toto. Like, it's a good song. That's all I think. Yeah, but we don't think it's a good song. We're shit-faced on the floor at that point. I saw the excited then, Rose.
Yeah, Bedlam has a huge range of types of people. There are people that, I feel like a lot of the social events that we do or experience have been more aimed at half-baked enjoyers, for example. Which we love half-baked enjoyers. I do love being in because I enjoy those, and I also and I was in one, for fuck's sake.
I know you were.
Love that, but I will say, because we have such a massive, broad range of types of people in Bedlam, who would do all sorts of things, how would you try and make sure that events are marketed or presented in a way that makes them interesting for everybody? Or would you try and have lots of separate events that appeal to different types of Bedlam?
I think one of the key, it's particularly the next upcoming event is in my brain Halloween, because that's all I think about 24/7. And it's sort of in my brain, I've got this vision of, you do like a wholesome Halloween event that you post on the Instagram and you sort of oh, we're doing pumpkin carving, or we're making brownies, or something Halloween related, you're watching Rocky Horror, whatever. And because one of the things is, so that's sort of aimed for more introvert, wholesome fun, less drinking, less sort of partying. And then you can sort of talk about that there, because one of the key things, the key problems with the lock-ins is we're not actually allowed to officially advertise them on the Instagram. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. And it's sort of a lot of the lock-in is word of mouth. And I think if you have these events that are planned like earlier in the day to the lock-in, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, there's a lock-in later, or whatever I'm renaming it. I will rename them. And you're like, oh, there's this going on later. And for maybe freshers who haven't heard of it or are more sort of insecure about going to a new place, particularly if like they're not really a party person, sometimes just knowing someone who's also going to be there. Because I think, tell me off if I'm speaking for other people here, but I think older Bedlamites, myself included, kind of just go, there's a fucking lock-in, let's go, let's get pissed. And I don't think that's necessarily, I think there will always be some lock-in crowd, and especially if you time it around shows and around special events, you will always get people coming to them. It's sort of the continuation of lock-in culture is what I'm kind of worried about, and that is convincing freshers that this is not a scary building where, like, you're going to injure yourself or someone's going to throw up on you. It's sort of, you want to know that, like, you know people there, you can get a bit comfortable with the dancing, or you can just sit in the corner, sit in the cafe, do what you want. And I think, yeah, wholesome leading into the sort of more party debauchery, that's the wrong word to use. That was terrible. But like, wholesome into the Bedlam After Dark stuff would encourage more.
Bedlam.
I think would encourage people to come to work. I can do more questions. I can yap forever.
Okay, we will take one more, and that's first because that's already.
You mentioned you wanted to do like games like stuff.
Yes.
Would you have that more like people bring like card games like Uno, maybe Monopoly, Cards Against Humanity, and maybe like Jackbox games, stuff like that? Or would you want to run it more like gay-ass stunts with like tabletop role-playing games? They're like quick and easy to learn, and people just like prepare one shot and kind of run some people through it, and there's sign-ups for that. Would you want to have like a mix of both, balance somewhere in between, options for everyone?
Yeah, I think a mix of the both would be best, because I know for like the traditional board games, card games, Bedlam has the facilities. We've got loads of those. We've got a Wii that went a bit dodgy. I don't know if she's still okay. But like Bedlam has the facility to do sort of more relaxed, just card game stuff. Obviously, sort of like role-playing games. We're a theatre society. Everyone role-plays 24/7, don't we? And like I think there's room for that, but I think that would obviously end up becoming like, it would be first come first served sort of thing, and it would be a much smaller event. But I don't think there's not room for smaller events within Bedlam.
While we're transferring over, I think Mariam passed production merit. Yay! I'm going to be sending out a tea time preference vote now. Please vote in that, and also vote in the marketing manager elections, please, because we need more people to vote there.
India.
Yeah.
I got the marketing why.
Yeah, I sent the wrong link out the first time, so vote in the one that says distinctly right like this time. I'm sorry.
Right, let's go.
Quick, sweeties.
Great. Set your clock now.
Hello, I'm Mickey. I'm running for socials. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't got much of a plan. It's just a bunch of bullet points, so I'm going to rip for most of this. Socials, they happen, they're really important to the society. I think a lot of people don't recognize how important socials actually are. Most people come to uni to be social and meet new people, and while, doing theatre is lots of fun, it is basically your social. It gets very stressful. I know a lot of people, I've forgotten that we're here to have fun, and that it's about being social, meeting new people, and just enjoying uni. For that, I'll refer to lock-ins. They're fun. They're great. Lock-ins are fun. They happen too much. well, they don't happen too much in terms of frequency. There's a lack of diversity with what we do with lock-ins. They're a good alternative to going to a round club for people such as myself who hate that. But I'd still want to continue doing lock-ins if I was elected. However, we need to do more diverse stuff. Specifically, stuff that doesn't run so late at night. Starting at midnight is somewhat of a factor that might discourage people from attending. Also, doing socials that don't have an inherent social pressure to consume alcohol. And I want to note that while lock-ins don't require you to drink alcohol, and nobody's judging you if you don't, the social pressure is still there, and it will still prevail as long as British culture remains basically what it is. And also, lock-ins feel really exclusive, just because of the way that Bedlam runs, and the way that lock-ins are advertised. So, to address these things, don't do socials that start at midnight. It might be nice to do some of those. I know that we do shows, but we can do other stuff that doesn't start at midnight and doesn't feel so exclusive. Do socials that feel more like, just friends hanging out, just vibing, basically. As well as doing organised events and emphasis on events rather than parties here. And also, in tangent to what you said earlier, doing stuff with other societies. Obviously we have links with other theatre societies, but we can, for example, one that I came up with off the top of my head is doing film screenings with film songs and just reaching out to more people, bringing more people into our lovely space, which somehow still goes underutilized, in my personal opinion. I know probably the secretary will disagree with me. I think possibly the biggest role of the social set is organising the theatre ball to take place in April. Some of you may know I had a big part in this last year.
Sorry, I didn't give you 1 minute. I'm so engrossed. That was your time. I can give you another 30 seconds. So you can give you a warning.
Great, thank you. I had a big part in the theatre ball last year, sorting the tickets, booking venues, organising the band, which means I have experience and know what needs to happen when. Just managed to organise feedback for the event, so I know where to improve. This form is now deleted, you can ask me why. Anyways, to summarise, social calendar has been pretty sparse, I want to fix that. Keep doing lock-ins, do other stuff that isn't lock-ins, do things with other societies. Done bits of the job before, you know the level of commitment that's required. That's it.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yes, and I've been on committee before, so I know what commitment is required for it.
Cool, that's it. Thank you very much.
Hi, Moses.
You said so many times you want to do stuff that's not lock-ins, and you didn't really say what any of your plans for that was. Like, what would you do in this venue that's not a lock-in? Because you just said, just find it, really.
Yeah, okay. So, one example that I did list was film screenings. I think that's quite obvious because we have a projector and a big projection screen. Another one that pops to mind is, one that I've had before is a sort of poker themed night where you have, blackjack set up, and it feels weird because gambling, you need to have a gambling license, but it wouldn't be gambling, it would just be a social. I'm not saying let's loot all the There are ways where you can legitimately do that, and it's just people hanging out, and you can, go around and play blackjack or poker with a bunch of people. Another one is pub quizzes. I'm sure Lewis has lots of games and lots of pub quizzes that he'd be willing to donate us, although those do seem quite exclusive, and is. But yeah, any sort of, any variety of things. There are loads of things. This is just listing off the top of my head.
Sorry, I'm having a problem with the forms. Hello, Lucy. What's your favourite social you've ever been to?
My favourite social I've ever been to, specifically in Bedlam, or just in general?
Pick.
I can pick. Okay.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. Okay. I think I'm gonna. Okay. It's gonna feel weird and it's gonna feel cringe, but I really enjoyed my first year theatre ball. I think it was just very fun. It wasn't in a crammed venue with little ventilation. Last year's one. But I really enjoyed the first year fall.
Cool. Any more? Myself.
What's your favourite font?
My favourite. So I was actually thinking about this. Well, like, what would I pick? I quite like Impact font. It's not like it's not my go-to font, but if I need to make a statement, or if I'm doing some like big-ish poster, something that wants to be seen, I think Impact font is the one to go for. Ideally with a little bit more space in between the letters, because it can be hard to read if there's not enough space in there, because it's quite dense. Serifs or no? Serifs, yeah.
Cool. Are we done? Any more relevant questions? No? Slight. Mickey.
Just an update on the votes. So we closed the test vote, the Pygmalion production merit vote, and the marketing manager vote, because they've all reached the amount of votes that we're allowing.
I didn't vote on that one. Someone voted twice, because I was outside.
In marketing.
Yeah, I managed to vote for it.
I'm running a crime investigation, by the way, by
No, that's We're going to have to reopen for marketing because we had too many votes. So we're going to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, we're doing it.
I think it's my fault because I accidentally sent 2 links out and one of them was wrong. So I'm only going to send 1 link out this time, and it's going to be the right one, and I will double, triple check.
Thanks for bearing with While we are sorting out the next block for marketing, we're going to vote for company welfare. So we're going to open nominations. Yeah. Yes? Yeah, we're going to open nominations for company welfare. Company welfare. What a great idea. Company welfare is the person who puts themselves forward to be responsible and be a point of contact for everyone in the company should they wish to express dissatisfaction. Just somebody help me, I'm sorry,
Company welfare is basically like a welfare contact that you have on a show but for the entire company. So the welfare is basically if you have any disagreements with people within the company, if there's any issues there, or if you're just generally being overwhelmed. Anything that's to do with your welfare, really, it's quite self-explanatory. They're basically there to assist with the committee and rest of the welfare team to, we can elect multiple, so if multiple people want to stand, we can vote for multiple.
And they will work with the welfare conduct we have amongst the committee and with me in India, with the company. Hooray! Opening nominations for those.
I'll nominate Shirley.
Second.
Cool. Any further nominations? So this is uncontested, so obviously this is only Shira on the stage, so I will not be sending anyone outside. Shira will do the same pitch as Mickey and everyone else.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yes. Let me know when you're ready.
Hello again, I'm Shira. I'm a 4th year. I study English literature, and I've been in Bedlam for 4 years now. In my first year, it was still in lockdown. The ventilation aspect was not great, so I count it as being part of Bedlam, but the building wasn't open. I've been on many shows, from Introverts, which I'm currently a producer, to Tea Times, to I don't think I've been on a main term. So I really understand the space, I know the space well, and I know different levels of commitment, so I've been on different shows, and I really understand kind of how different shows work and how much commitment or little commitment you have to invest in a show. And so for that, I think I'm a pretty good candidate for welfare. I've been where you are, probably. And I think I love the space, but I think the people are what make the space. And I love the people as well. So yeah, I'd really love to be a welfare officer. I hope that I'm, a friendly face that most people know. And if not a friendly face that you will know in the future. I want to, as welfare, collaborate with socials and marketing, with obviously committee members, to promote more welfare socials. I know both candidates have spoken about non-drinking socials and non-evening socials. I think those are really important to making the space more inviting and for a more relaxing, comfortable, not just space, but kind of atmosphere. Again, the space is what it is, but the people really make the space better as a society. So one of those would be like coffee mornings. I've been to a few coffee mornings for other societies, and I think they're quite a good structure for welfare. Just to kind of, for everyone to come together to talk to me if they want to, and to meet other members of the society in a more comfortable setting. I also think that working with production teams, as I mentioned, working with production teams and community is really important. Again, working on shows during uni is quite stressful. It can get very overwhelming. That is why we have welfare representatives. That is why communication is very effective. Again, as a fourth year as well, I also know the university, so I'm also very well equipped to kind of, if you're having trouble balancing uni and social and society activities, I definitely know where to go. I've been in contact with the special circumstances team too many times to count. So I'm very well equipped with that, and I would definitely never judge anything. Again, as a welfare contact, I understand the importance of confidentiality. But also, if you don't want to say what your issue is, that's also perfectly fine. There's definitely never going to be any judgment from me. Just again, communication and helping you find the right solution for whatever the issue is, and for whatever reason you're coming to a welfare contact. Again, I would also know to point you to other contacts. Thank you.
Question? Hello.
So I really like the idea of coffee mornings. It's really nice. Is that something that would you run that yourself? And would it just be like coffee mornings, just relax, or would you want to make welfare, wellness, that kind of thing, part of that morning, talking about how you look after yourself during shoots?
I think a bit of both. I didn't really think about making it a more informative talk, but I really like that idea of making it a kind of an informative warning so that people know where to direct themselves if they need it. I was more thinking on the kind of social vibes, making it a more relaxing social, but I think maybe having a mix of both, or maybe having multiple welfare mornings where some of them are more information based and some of them are more meet the people, meet the space. It would be me running them in collaboration, and again in this sort of capacity with the space and with what's available, but it would definitely be me and the social side, since I kind of I want it to function as a social, or in the same sense as a social. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Since you're a fourth year and obviously also busy, I guess my question is essentially how will you manage your own welfare, in the sense that obviously company welfare is really strong for companies, huge, considering all housing vaccines, whatever. So would you have contract hours, for example? How would you manage if you are much needed in certain time, so that you
Yes.
can something?
So I think contact hours seems quite formal, but I would probably say that if I do end up being in this role, then I probably would kind of tell people I'm a weekday person. let me have my own welfare time as well. I think that's definitely really important. I am part of other societies, and I think I gain a lot of welfare from them. I'm Jewish, so I'm part of a Jewish society, so I really find my space. And I would also recommend if people feel like they're too much in Bedlam, to reach out to other societies and to involve yourself in people that are similar to you in other ways, because I draw a lot of my welfare from that, and from people that are very removed from Bedlam. to do my 3 minutes, but I've been in Bedlam for so long that I wanted to give back, and that's kind of why I'm running for welfare. I think it's a kind of underutilized position.
Super quick one. Actually, because we already have like extensive welfare, like many welfare reps in Bedlam.
Yeah.
And there's like caste welfare, there's minority welfare, and obviously you with a different position. Like how would you, it's so fair to be asked, but how would you try and like manage and negotiate having to work with so many levels and different people? Because it shows with welfare, they might also have to consult like the DNC welfare and then have you as well. Like how would you manage to negotiate with 3 of those at the same time basically?
I'm not sure I quite understand the question.
I do.
I think what it really means is like some situations might involve committee welfare and like say caste welfare from a show as well as you. So it's going to have to be multiple welfare reps working together for one issue. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of. And also like
It's not a question.
I don't know. I'm
Sure agrees.
Yeah, like shed some light on this, and maybe this will help. So the way Bedlam welfare currently works is all of the welfare contacts are in one big group chat. So usually things are worked on like sensitively, so names aren't like disclosed unless they have to be, that kind of thing. But everyone is working together to kind of support each other on that. Does that help you?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We're essentially like prongs. Like if somebody reaches out to one of us, like unless they actively do not want the rest of us involved,
So how do I get into
chip in.
Well, so I think that would be like a good way of kind of creating the welfare mornings that are more informative, because I think a lot of the way that welfare is run in Bedlam is either not very like open and talked about, and again, as this is a company, I think our members should be well aware of like what goes on if someone does have a welfare issue that they need help with. So yeah, I think that would be like definitely a good way to start the like more informative welfare sessions, and just like how is welfare run, what happens if you raise a welfare concern. I think that would be a really great place to start.
Thank you for turning my 4 questions into a brilliant answer.
One last question from Moses.
So obviously you're saying that a lot of that welfare is what is in the dark, and you don't necessarily want that to be a thing. I think that's probably quite important in terms of names and people in events, because obviously there's a pretty vicious gossip mill that can become a thing in student theatre. How are you going to combat that, I guess?
I guess it's difficult as a society where you don't want to like be like disciplining people, but at the same time we're all normal people, we're all kind of, you know, in this space together, in this community together. Was the question like how am I combating gossip, or people coming up to me with gossip concerns?
Like you're saying that you think that it should be more open how we deal with welfare issues and stuff like that. How are you going to do that without feeding into the kind of gossip mill that can develop within specifically a lot of the societies?
Well, I guess like when I answered Louis' question, it was definitely like my thoughts at the moment, and we work on it before anything happens, so it would be much more clear. But I was kind of thinking about it not as informative on certain cases, but just informative in general in the way that it's run and the way that it's meant to run. We would never be discussing like people's personal matters in a group setting, and I wasn't really aware of what India mentioned about the group chat, but yeah, definitely everything that happens within welfare would be confidential, and it would always be with the consent and knowledge of whoever's raised the concern.
Cool. Thank you very much. We are opening votes for Coming Welfare. We use it for votes.
We need more people to vote on the marketing manager, the one that says correct election in bold. We need 3 more people to vote on tea time preference, and we need about 15 more people to vote on social events secretary before we reach like the people in the room. So if you haven't voted on those, get voting. Sending out the company welfare one right now.
I fucking love it. Wait, what was the answer?
When I asked him what his favourite pod was, he said it was I was listening to your favourite partner.
He knows from experience. Oh, was it like a post? Okay, I thought it was like some. I thought it was some Google form. I thought it was Google forms and you like imported impact onto the forms somehow. But also I can't.
Okay, folks, we are going to move on to our main turn vote. Okay, main turn. We have the Angels in America team.
It feels so empty. Lauren just left.
But also it's
We okay, shut up. See, they're going to introduce themselves, their budget, and then read the final.
Okay, so I can wait. Yeah. So our total is £1,468. Our rights are 384. Our set is 375. Tech is 150. Stage is 100. Costume is 150. Marketing is 150. Admin is 25. Agency is 134. And we're aiming to fundraise 148.
And our team consists of co-directors Andrew and me, and then we have our producer Greg Game, our stage manager Laura Lynn, who went already left. Then we have tech managers Doug Hardwick and Moses Wasinski Riley, and then we have our set manager Louis Hanley, costume designer. Me as our costume designer. Then we have. Marketing manager is Bo, intimacy director is Francisca, and welfare officers are Fiona, Connor, and Nikki. Cool. New York in the mid-1980s, in the midst of the AIDS crisis and the conservative Reagan administration, 5 New Yorkers with interconnected lives grapple with life and death, love and sex, heaven and hell. In the first part of Tony Kushner's epic, we're faced with the story of 2 troubled couples, one gay, one straight, Louis Harper and his lover Pryor, and Mormon lawyer Joe and his agoraphobic Mormon housewife Harper. We're proposing Angels in America, Millennium Approaches by Tony Kushner for the Week 8 midterm show. Angels in America is a play that tackles issues of relationships, sexuality, identity, and is a beautiful show that we think should be put on stage in Bedlam. For our creative vision, we want to lean into the dystopian vibe and the absurdity of the play with our set and tech, while keeping the acting rather naturalistic. However, we're also experimenting with movement and physical theater, especially for the angel as a character and for transition scenes, for example.
Our vision for the set is primarily using a split stage. We will ideally have 6 moving flats, 4 of which are used to shape the stage and will not move very much during the show, and the other 2 being used to block off certain parts of the stage to create small vignettes. The flats will have abstract 3D design stuck onto them, with LED lights creating a shadow effect behind these shapes. The flats themselves will be rather simple in their presentation and colours, but with some details added in room for abstract interpretations of the setting of the scenes, such as a frame to act as a window. For tech, we plan to use lighting in a clever way to split up the stage into sharp, rigid spaces for each scene, creating a sort of liminal space for the rest of the stage. We want to create a closed-off sense, helping to create an isolated atmosphere that surrounds each character. We see the lighting playing an integral part in supporting shifts in mood and settings throughout. This includes rather focused spotlighting in certain scenes, so ensure the rest of the stage is cut off and a particular scene and arrangement of flats is in focus. To accompany this, we want to make use of artificial lighting created using lamps and small lights placed around the bases of the flats. This would help to make the scenes feel more enclosed and natural, creating a claustrophobic atmosphere.
For our costume, please ask about our costume plans. I don't think I have time to go through our costume plans, but we essentially want to play into performativity and gender roles and more nods to biblically accurate angels for the angel character. Really cool plans. For our fundraiser, we're planning on hosting one fundraiser in Bedlam, which will be a ticketed evening centered around drag performance. We're possibly reaching out to groups such as Fruit Salad Cabaret or other drag cabaret groups who would receive a cut of the profits. It would be like an 80s discotheque themed rooms, and the event would be BYOB. We'd also be selling posters and badges and take donations that would go toward positive health and HIV charity in Edinburgh. And lastly, welfare is extremely important to us, and we want to create a very open and collaborative atmosphere on our team, both for crew and cast. And also, we want to include as many freshers on our team as possible, and encouraging those, especially for assistant roles. And please ask about our pre-show plan.
Hooray, that is time. Thank you.
Oh my
What are your plans for costumes? Is it literally the
Brilliant, thank you for asking. So in general for our costumes, we really want to play into the more exaggerated performativity of different, this heterosexuality of Joe and exaggerated femininity of Harper. Nee has great sketches and plans already thought out for all the characters, but we think, for example, for the supernaturalistic characters such as the angels, there can be a lot of fun done with, there's going to be wings constructed, and essentially we want to make the wings out of waste material and diverging from the wing as a bird, the wings as a bird rather to have it be more an insect wing vibe, so having 4 wings rather than 2, which would also be kind of a nod to the biblically accurate angel, and not to be the stereotypical angel with the white fluffy wings, but make it a lot more cool. And yes.
We're also going to use a lot of kind of light in tandem with the costume with the angel. So I've already been talking to me about ways that we can use kind of light play and with the design of the costume to kind of create this real kind of supernatural feeling of this being that is kind of almost not really there.
Charlie, then Ray, and then.
What's your casting like? Like gender requirements? What are your thoughts on them? What are your plans?
In terms of just like the casting in general?
Yeah, just like casting requirements. Like, are you looking for specific actors, and how are you managing that?
Yeah, so ideally, obviously, our show does contain an African American character, which we do have contingency plans for. So essentially, obviously, we will aim. Our first step would be aiming to cast an African American actor, male or female. That would be completely gender blind. We don't care. Essentially, we're going to reach out to. We have a lot of societies that we're currently trying to reach out to in order to make sure our casting, like our need for casting, is known. Essentially, so yeah, once we pass the GM, create the audition pack and send this information out widespread. Essentially, we're having a very open casting call, saying that we're auditioning for Belize. Obviously, an African American actor, we're accepting POC auditions because obviously, in the event that we were not able to cast an African American actor, we would resort to casting a POC actor and looking at ways that we can work with this within the play. So essentially.
We would, we have fallback plans for if we would be able to cast Belize as the character that was intended written in the script. So it would be removing some of the dialogue, but keeping the character as a person of color, because we do believe that Belize as a character, if you're familiar with the play, does represent the struggles of minorities, especially in America, and trying to keep that as accurate as possible. However, if we're not able to cast a person of color for this role, we would cut this character out because we would not cast anyone else for that role. Additionally, also asked about specifically about gender requirements for casting gender blind for all the roles. And additionally, we have characters such as Lewis and multi-role, which is the rabbi, who are written to be Jewish characters, and we've also written up fallback plans, and we're in conversation with JSOC on and having some opinions on how to cope with that plan properly and make sure it's inclusive for everyone, and that we accurately represent these characters as they're written while paying respect to their identities and being aware of our own.
Sorry to use my privilege, I have a real quick cut into that one. How do the rights work in terms of cutting and making changes to the script?
I mean, it's very minimal changes. It's not like
It wouldn't be, okay.
it's not major. There's not major parts that need to be changed. We've looked through the script and it's like very minimal changes in wording, like lines and things like that. It would be like a picture.
If we were to pass it, I would require that.
Oh, cool. Who's next? Right.
Working as co-directors, how do you plan to take on that relationship? What are your plans if you disagree on something, for instance?
So in terms of our roles within the team, we decided like I would mainly like overview kind of prod and like the marketing, and kind of keep a note on that, and then Mary's going to be more of like the backstage and like the tech team, just to keep an overview on what's going on basically within the teams. As directors, we've never officially worked together. However, we get along very well, and we've had a lot of discussions about our vision for the play, and
just adding on that note, essentially open communication is the key to everything, and what we're planning on carrying out throughout this whole process. But we also have a cool idea that hopefully some other show teams would also, where we could perhaps incorporate this in the future, is that we want to have a kind of assistant director kind of vibe within our whole plot team and crew, where we would open up a sign-up system within all of our crew and plot team, and they could come on to one-off rehearsals here and there, or work on certain scenes with us to be kind of shadow us, or be assistant directors to be able to give their input on the scenes, because we know especially this play is one that people feel very passionate about, so we want to open that possibility up to our crew to also be able to give their input on the creative vision, because that's also something that we're trying to work into, having that open and collaborative environment throughout our cast and crew.
This is bringing it back to the diversity thing. When it comes to possibly picking a character, how would you manage that in terms of people knowing that there is a black character that you just cut, and how will you manage the sort of reputation that Bedlam already has as being a very white space?
Of course, yeah. It's as you say, that character can be cut is the very, very, very last resort. Obviously, we would never cast a white character in that role. Unfortunately, Louise is a very, very minor character, so it's not. I don't want to say it really a big impact on the play, because it is all the characters are very integral. But it wouldn't necessarily have much of I'm trying to figure out what this.
I think essentially, as Andrew said, it's the last resort, and the plan would never be to cast a white person for that role, because that would just not be correct. I think in general, what we're aiming to do with this is starting this contact and reach out to these different societies and try to, in general, help with Bedlam's outreach plan to try and diversify Bedlam in general, so not just for our show, and hopefully this will get the ball rolling for future shows as well, so we try to encourage as many people from different societies, different backgrounds as possible.
Just to follow up on that question. With changing Believ's race, if you couldn't find a black actor, how do you make sure that the experiences are still authentic, because the experiences of people of color in America are not different? Are different based on their ethnicity?
Yeah, of course, and we're completely aware of that. And obviously, in that case, we work really closely with the ethnic minority reps of Bedlam to make sure that we can do this accurately, and obviously be completely aware of our positions, and this is Andrew and I, and our identities, how they play into it. So obviously having open conversations with the ethnic minority reps and with the actors themselves. I think with Billy specifically, we're completely aware that the experiences of people are completely different. But what Billy as a character kind of represents in the script and through dialogue is the struggles of being a minority. So we believe that there's certain aspects of that people from different backgrounds can also relate to, but obviously the So that would come down to working together with the actor and with the minority reps of Bedlam to make sure that we can do that accurately and respectfully.
Who we are already in contact with as well. We've spoken to them.
For the set, sounds like a very ambitious plan. How are you planning to achieve it? Create the 3D shapes with the LEDs and all of that stuff?
Yes. Well, so I've been in conversation with these stuff a lot. I've been exploring basically using, I always forget the name of the wood, but the that's very, very light. Plywood. Come on, guys. Most time using plywood and either LED strips that can be cut or potentially fairy lights. I'm planning to essentially create, depending, again, we're still in conversation about how it's going to look and how it's going to work based on how flats rotate, but potentially sort of creating almost a trough style shape, so like that and that. And then I'm experimenting with how I'm going to attach them to the flats themselves, potentially hooks. Also, during MAB, we used a good adhesive to put stuff on. Very important to utilizing those because they were very securely placed on. Very adaptable, how I'm going to make that work. Still in experimental places at the moment. But yeah, I'm planning on using light wood and cheap versions of lighting equipment to make it easy to do. I also want to try and put capsules of light content on our off.
Regarding the lights, Bedlam has an existing stock of LED strips that we think would be appropriate. They're currently in use in the cafe and have been throughout the entirety of Welcome Week, if you've been in and seen them maybe. I personally have experience with them in previous shows. There's other people within Bedlam that I can draw experience from as well. So does Moses. There are also alternatives that are cheap if we decide that the existing stuff that we feel like using isn't appropriate, or they require a lot of setup, so it's possible they're not conducive to the time and its production.
Yeah, absolutely. Making sure we have, but also because I'm concerned about making sure they're suitable for weight as well, moving around on a rolling flat will do work and theorize a lot of stuff about it.
Great. Thank you. Can you make it real quick?
Yeah, so in the past, Bedlam had trouble casting actors of color, specifically black actors, and they have also been doing the same thing. They've also been reaching out to societies, or in fact, even reaching out to the entire English department. So what are you doing differently, if anything, to cast a black actor, since these strategies have already been implemented in the past and they have not worked?
Just to follow up on that as well, like the plan was an invest in colour. Again, leaving that thing on Veronica says, people of colour groups aren't interchangeable in the first place, meaning because it's very specific to healthcare and accessibility for black people in America, which has very, very long history. How do you plan on managing that?
Can I add something as well? I'm so sorry. So also, how do you make sure that the contacts are effective and also appropriate when you're reaching out? Because I think like the means of doing it is also quite important regarding that we don't want to seem like we're coming from, you know, a place that's like really.
We've just noticed a lot of things.
No, for sure. I'll try to keep it kind of concise, but obviously try to work my way back. We're gonna obviously work with Will and me really closely on the communication. We want to avoid being tokenistic and all of that, and have like very specific language that we're using, so it doesn't seem that anyone's feeling targeted or attacked, and like, you know, for like, oh, you're a certain identity, you want your show. Like, it's going to be very like thought through process of how we're going to be contacting the societies. And obviously, like you brought up the point that was brought up earlier by Veronica as well. We're completely aware that the experiences of different people of color are completely different depending on your background. Completely aware of that. That's mainly the backup plan for Belize specifically. We've like gone through the script, many hours of conversation, thought it through, and talked with people, get opinions whether it's appropriate or not. Being completely aware that obviously in every scenario it's not interchangeable, but lost my train of thought. But essentially, there would be obviously some dialogue that we would tweak to make it appropriate to this person. Obviously, as I said before, working together with this actor and definitely minority reps to make sure that it's appropriate to the play, to the specific circumstances, and
yeah, we're basically not trying to copy and paste the experiences of a black character onto any POC character. It would very much trying to personalise it to them and how they feel they would be best represented in this role. Yes, we're not, like, the plan is very much, it will not just be, oh, we can't get a black actor, so a POC actor will do that. That's not what the contingency is. We did have something written down, but it's kind of gone all messy and I'm panicked a little bit. But basically, yeah, it's working with the actor to basically develop their own character. It does represent a marginalised community within America. And also, just to add on that, which wasn't quite asked, we don't expect, obviously, it's set in America, we don't expect them to be able to do an American accent either, because we know that that is shoehorning even more that we just can't afford to do either. And we'd never want to try and, like, what's the word? Try and make this less accessible for anyone.
And then going back to Lucy's original question, the marketing that was done last year, so we're completely aware that we're doing the same strategies and they were unsuccessful last time. We will be doing the same things, reaching out to societies. What we're trying to do is essentially try to make it a lot more, be more accessible, contact these societies through emails and Instagram as well, go through personal contacts that we know as well into different societies. Also by, what was I going with this? By a lot of freshers, especially trying to get the word out to, because our timing is very ideal for freshers getting new people across the whole uni, involve a lot of the shows that I believe you're referencing from last semester where people have to be settled in, different societies might not even be aware of our outreach or see our posts or posters anywhere, so now that's freshers time, it's ideal to try to expand our outreach to the whole university, try to get new people involved into Bedlam and through there, try to diversify our services.
Cool. I'm going to start folks and cut up there. Thank you very much. Okay, make sure you are voted for company welfare. We'll be putting production merit on for Angels. Okay, folks, next team are the Panto team. I believe the Panto is Yeah!
Yeah! Come on, guys!
Wait, so who isn't part of
Me! Yeah! Hi guys, introduce your team, introduce your budget.
Hello, I got a budget. Publicity, it's going to be £200. Tech, £200. Set, £250. Costume, £400. Prop 70, admin 60, and contingency 140. I've got a breakdown of the publicity budget if you want that. Cool. So we're going to do 75 on poster printing, 50 on photographer, 50 on poster design, and 25 on marketing contingency. This is based on the budget for Panto last year.
You have 3 minutes. Starting, hang on. Who are you?
Yeah, let's do team. Yeah.
The writer.
Hello, I'm India. I'm executive producing. I want to say something about that though. I'm not actually properly producing. I'll have 2 freshers doing it and I'm training them to do it. I'm not breaking my promise as president. Yes. Moses.
I am Moses. I'm co-directing.
I'm Lauren, I'm co-directing. I'm Chloe, I'm musical director.
I'm Mary, I'm executive stage manager, connect center.
I'm Kat, I'm sound designer.
I'm Lucina, choreographing.
I'm Lucy, I'm still
I'm Mickey, I'm LDing.
You have 3 minutes. So sweet. Now.
Okay, so it's our Panto is Despicable Panto, and it is set between the first Despicable Me and the second Despicable Me. It's set after Vector gets sent to the moon, and he accidentally gets sent back to Earth by the minions causing chaos. And he's like, oh, I've got to get revenge on Gru, and this is like the whole plotline is driven by him trying to ruin Christmas for Gru and causing chaos. and everyone gets involved, like the girls, and like Dr. McClure, Santa even, and it's just kind of a bit crazy and very like traditional panto vibes. Yeah.
Just a little bit about the vision. Our goal for this production overall, we want a really welcoming, low-pressure environment that's conducive to a lot of different people joining, like people who are returning, or people who haven't done theater before, or freshers, or whatever. Our goal is to have polished, good-looking musical numbers, like songs and dances, while maintaining like a traditional, silly, fun, panto Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's that we're gonna be really open to everyone. Like, it's panto, it's very lighthearted, it's very low stakes. I think panto is a really good opportunity for people that are new or like are new in the roles that they're doing, or even necessarily freshers. It's a really good opportunity to do a big production without it being main term or, you know, particularly high stakes or particularly serious. I think it's a really good opportunity for us to get freshers in to do something like India's mentorship, or I believe Mary is doing a similar thing for stage management. Yeah, I think it's a really good way for us to be able to get fresh in. It's very light-hearted, and we've got a long rehearsal period. We plan on doing auditions fairly early because it means that we can kind of space rehearsals out a bit more, especially once the script's being finalised. It gives us a lot of time, and then we'll ramp up rehearsals a bit more towards the end. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll ramp up rehearsals more towards the end as it gets more serious, as we start to get more polished and do more runs. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, that's kind of everything.
We all dressed as minions today. So please vote for us.
Yeah. Hooray! Clap then, you monkeys, clap. Wait. No, you're Andrew. Fuck.
Hi, I'm genuinely intrigued, obviously because it's like a panto. Are certain parts you just believe that you use like the classic panto role, like the day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Dr. Navarro is going to be the day. And then we're going to like treat the girls as like the ensemble kind of group. Yeah. And like yeah, so
Santa's gonna be Santa.
No way.
Yeah.
Very kind of serious.
It's gonna be a Christmas song still. It's gonna be a Christmas tree still. Yeah.
And I'm just Hen, but I'm just Groom.
Alright, Jack.
Is Brian Cox in it?
Very minorly.
Any relevant questions?
That is a relevant question. It's a tradition.
I'm sorry.
Hi, can you talk more about the sessions mentoring thing, for example?
Oh yeah. So basically we had an issue last year where we had like very little producers and very little stage managers. So me and Mary are running a fun little scheme. Mary, you can talk a little bit about yours, but mine. I had an introduction to producing workshop in Welcome Week, and there's loads of cool people who are very interested in getting involved. So I've done a little form that closes tonight. And I will be taking on 2 freshers. I'll do a really big meeting with them next week or the week after, probably next week, to be like, this is how you produce a show. And then I'm going to be meeting with them every week to kind of be checking in and teaching them how to produce. It's really good, like, hands-on opportunity, and it also means that all of the very tired and exhausted and busy producers from last year don't have to step onto another show. And we'll get some new people and new freshers. Yay! Mary?
Very similar to what Indy's doing for producing. I'm going to be doing the stage management. So I'm going to open up like sign-up/slash applications if people are interested to have 2 freshers go stage management and also the assistants as well, depending on the demands of this show, the directors if they need assistance. Essentially oversee it, do a similar kind of workshop. This is how you stage manage, this is what you need, and then do check-ins with them. Kind of oversee it all via contact of the questions and all, drive through, send all my beautiful spreadsheets, and just give these freshers an opportunity to properly stage manage the show
actors you get in old theatres. So like one of those things. How we wrote it? Good question. Figuring it out. Basically, I think to be fair, here it's difficult to figure out how to do that with our writing together. So I think there'll be a lot of trial and error, sort of doing like a mock-up sort of cardboard, basically checking out lighting, figuring out how to actually build that. Hopefully before they should get it, maybe. We'll see when we have time. Yeah. And also, I want to do lots of cardboard boxes wrapped in wrapping paper and have them as like set pieces, but possibly also around like when you go into the theater, so that you have like a Christmassy Santa has been walking around by.
Yeah, we did a proscenium arch for Spider-Man Into the Pantoverse, which was the Panto 2 years previously, so we have that as kind of the baseline plan. And also we have Lucy, who is a sculpture student, doing our set. So Lucy has lots of expertise and we should trust them very much.
Sure.
Yay!
I'm really sorry to ask for this. I'm really sorry. But you mentioned finalizing the script. How confident are you in terms of having that ready to go for auditions and rehearsals, getting closer? Like, it will be stressful for you and stressful for the cast if you're not fully sure of that. How confident are you?
I am confident. I'm just busy. So I hope to get like the script done by the end of next week, and then final edits by the first read. But hopefully, so they have script pieces to read in the auditions, because otherwise you don't know what you're going to. But that has been progress.
Like a second question again. The Community March seems quite ambitious. Obviously, the panel event will sort of take away grants and things. Do you have fallback plans if you can't hit the number of assistants you'd like to have? Or is it, do you feel confident you could complete that yourself or with minimal assistance?
I think I could probably do a lot of it with minimal assistance. I am hoping to get on a lot of freshers, and I think the Panto is something that's really fun, and it's sort of after midterms, but before people realize we have exams to do. So I think I'll be able to get on the system, but as I want to get on lots of people who are like new to set, and I also sort of want to leave much more CA. Because if I can get some CA first years in, especially those who aren't used to like building stuff, because I feel like there's so much creative talent at ECA that maybe doesn't get utilized by the theatre companies around here. So
trying to picture what they did behind the
We did that.
I'm trying to finish it.
Once we figured that out.
Like last week, that's that properly.
I was like, just
Any further questions? Or are we cool? Thank you very much.
Fiona, I need to know, do you have any these behind you jokes? And if not, I will be voting no on production.
Hello! Social events secretary level. Tea time preference vote. Company welfare contacts. Where actually more people vote in the company welfare contact one, please. And then marketing manager. Thank you. Please let me know if you don't understand anything I'm saying. I don't know if I'm speaking correctly today. Please vote in Angels of America production merit as well, because that needs more votes. Obviously, please don't vote if you've already voted. Please keep track of that. I'm going to open up the Panto production merit vote in a moment. Yay!
So teams, should you pass, do not leave. Stay. Stay in your seats. You will be informed of all of the things you need
minutes afterwards going through.
It's not a PowerPoint anymore, if any of you have been traumatized with that. That was literally the worst thing I've ever introduced.
No one
and the
ever
fact that
read
it stayed in that long. Okay, cool. Supplementaries! We have account wasters.
Okay, so apologies for my voice, I'm losing it a little bit. I'm Freya, I'm co-creative director.
I'm Sophia, I'm also co-creative director.
I'm Andrew, I'm co-producer.
And we're missing a couple of people. We've got another co-tech manager, Jack Reed, and Grace, who is our stage manager. Our budget is £40, which is just what we've used every year, and it's traditionally put towards marketing, a little bit for contingency. We're fairly self-sufficient, so we don't need any rights, as all the plays are, of course, original, and most of the costumes come from the actors themselves, or just from the amazing Bedlam costuming department. We're proposing for week 5, a supplementary, Friday the 18th of October.
So, Candle Oasis is the home of new writing at Bedlam. Last year was our 20th birthday and we had 2 sell-out shows to celebrate. So Candle Oasis consists of a company of like 6 directors, about 12 actors, and each showcase, we have one showcase per semester, shows 6 student-written 10-minute plays based around a theme. Our theme for this semester is traditions. Part of our ethos as a company is to promote inclusivity and a sense of community. We want to show this by having more socials this year, in particular in between showcases, and we want to try and involve the writers more in the rehearsal process if they want to be part of it, because before they've always seemed a bit attached to the rest of the company. We've already been thinking about auditions. We hopefully want them like this weekend or the beginning of next week, because it's a quick turnaround for week 5, and the rehearsal process is mainly up to the directors to organise with the actors, and we'll be on the group chats with the directors, so we'll be able to oversee everything and make sure that the rehearsals are happening in time to make the showcase amazing.
We'll also be opening applications for tech and stage teams to get some assistants involved. There'll be a great way to maybe get some new faces involved in the company as well. We've already had quite a lot of interest for Candle Wasters from our successful Welcome Week workshop, so that's been great. And we hope that this year can be as fun and community driven and successful as last year. I like something with a bit of cinnamon, like maybe like a pumpkin spice.
Your budget is 80, not 40.
Yeah, it's 40%.
I presume there's just a typo, because
You
it's
do not
40
need to
special.
re-propose.
Stunning.
We did know that.
Cool. So yeah,
Just wanted to confirm it was just, yeah,
40 per semester.
any questions? Hi, Rose.
What's the process of breaking a director for Candle Oasis? Are you like back at that, or do you...
So it's still like part of the audition process. In the audition pack, we will have it all written down, but basically in the audition, we'll just ask you a few questions. You'll know the questions before, so you can like kind of get to know the director, and then yeah, if you get through the audition, you just get the script, and it's kind of your...
And we give you support along the way and facilitate that, like booking rooms and stuff.
Oh, and a callback, sorry. The directors will get like a short script and a group of actors and give them like 20 minutes to like kind of pull that together and show us.
Charlie Rainbow, how many showcases are you planning on having? Because sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2. How many do you want, basically?
I think 2 is good because we can make sure that all really strong and everyone is like committed enough to do 2. Because in first year I was in it and we had 3, and the third one kind of, there was less enthusiasm. So I think we can do 2 really, really well.
Small one. How many shows roughly are you aiming per showcase?
6.
No. Oh, show. I think it's just 1.
One night per semester.
Yeah. Is that what you need?
No, I mean like how many individual like 10 minutes?
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
All questions that kind of way? Yes? Nobody's spread one on me? Great.
Do not run away! I'm going to have the Candle Wasters production merit as it is a supplementary. We don't need to. Please listen to me, I've had a hard day.
Oi you as many times as it is required.
Yeah, so we're sending out the Candle Wasters production merit. We don't need a preference vote on that because it's supplementary, so that will be the final vote for Candle Wasters. Let me have a look at the rest of the forms. I'm going to close the Angels in America production merit, and then if that has passed, we will open up the preference vote for the main term. So that will be Angels in America or none. No, you know, it's quite funny that we have to look for none now. Just none doing a show on their own. That was a joke. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be sending out a couple more votes and then we'll do announcements. Thank you for sticking with us. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Yeah, we just have to wait for me to do maths, guys, and that's... Yay! Thank you.
Oh my Are you proud of the fact that you're like, what's I actually...
No.
Yeah, by the end of the semester I'm done. So, Seb's my co-teacher. Okay, yeah. The next time. Since February, so I'm like, it's been a lot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Shield.
can get into those.
It's just nice.
Whoa. You guys have to like get slime again.
No, like my weekends is like I finished like
Next week, Oxbow Lakes, and we might even do some.
No, it's geography!
Sing about geography. No, we're not singing at all. Mine, we will discuss how.
What about the motorcycle?
I just did playground doing something that again on focus. I'm not singing that. No! Oxbow Lakes. Oxbow Lakes. Guys, please submit your votes for the main term.
When's your fringe show?
Live
When you want to fringe show that has success?
Remember to actively click the choice.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and make sure you put Asian America above that.
Yeah.
Once you're one rolling fringe show that we realize you have ADHD or something, I saw 3 of them.
My friends come see my fringe show. It's a wonderful show about my interesting relationship with my father and with I am unique because no one else does that. Do you want to see it? In like every fringe show has to take about 5 hours. One of them is so it's about some kind of trauma. Yeah, most likely also queer. It's like especially parents.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So many fringe comedian shows. They often basically are the same show, they have a shtick that makes it like different. Like there was one that's a lot of stuff like spinning out, and it was literally like a stand set, except you were spin like the whole time.
One of the good ones I saw was a cabaret style show about women which was pretty good. Because Dexter Compass.
Yes!
I enjoyed that one.
I did have those a couple nights.
I thought it was really good.
I love shit.
There's like 3 and in the same room, I think just I also by myself, which was not
I watched both Diana and I took Diana and I saw it went so much worse.
What? I'm lying. It wasn't that. I tried to like to walk in the day. That was really similar to you. But I was trying to remember, so like, something happened. But anyway, I think it was what I saw. And I agree. Yeah.
Which was just coming along.
I don't think so.
Alright.
I thought you guys were so
Sorry,
good.
Louise. Got to shut you up a second. We have to re-vote on all contested votes. Do not worry, they're all coming out. Because you all know what
Okay.
What? They're all coming out. We're so proud of them. Good for them. And I am not homophobic anymore. Putting the votes in. Seeing as you all know what they are, we should be able to leave. By 5:45. Yay!
The most ridiculous.
They all say vote now, please. She was the type that she just had like Christmas jokes that were just like, what? Her backup dancers. Margaret Thatcher, we have so was absolutely everything. And they had like the George Bernard Shaw one, the one where they're talking about going into Edinburgh. That's planned that happened last year.
Do you remember that? This one's for you in the back. Get it, Paul, out the call, man, first. Sorry, I'm only doing geography material today. Sorry, was that Oxbow Lake Formation? There's no song. Well, I didn't learn. I learned hard work. Now,
sing the motorcycle song.
I don't know the motorcycle song.
Then you fucking learn it. What's the mitochondria?
The motto.
Seriously! Fuck you then! Get better! So it's made just everything that comes through. Oh, good God. It will be a couple, and that's okay. We've got a new one for social secretary election.
Minimus is so funny. Minimus is low-key better.
Oh my God.
Levy in the Hunter. I need to know.
Oh my God.
'How many welfare is not being revoted on, please?
Andrew, Mary, make sure you do that.
Oh my God. I love Vineyard Road.
It's so good.
He's back in my name, isn't it? It's literally going to be your newest. Please make sure you have voted on everything again. Thank you very much, everyone.
You're welcome.
Panto for President.
Second.
I wish there was another game.
Stop watching Astrobot.
Oh no. Someone else will have a go. I did it.
I'm not. I know.
Anyone.
Wait, I revived him.
Hello?
Sizzling life.
Banana. Me too.
I replied too much effort.
Has everybody voted? Yes, everyone vote.
Sorry, I'm
Exercise your courage. Like you go home. For my ability to leave.
No, you have to tell me. I don't know on that.
That's so bad. No, who is it in the trio? Which one are you?
I will be on today only
Have you expected to be
at many points in games, I'm going to go straight behind him to the side. Look at you guys. I'm fucking stab you. Oh my god, I'm so confused now. Judy, why would you like to keep confusing getting around?
If no one's being too loud, like,
oh my god, no, you do like a random session so we got like.
hello.
And it's the entire play.
It's a multi-row. No, some people in Indian, some people English, some people English. It's 11 Chica Robo, fly with Dora Marie.
still operating. Yeah, me and Mary are well, we both speak minions, don't we? Hello?
Okay, I'm suggesting a scene that someone's falling for dead. You try to call the ambulance.
And if they can't stand out the other word. Yeah. I think the Americans say that anyway. We're also running minions workshop professionals. Just say that.
Democratic rights!
I know.
Huh? Yeah, no, actually, maybe.
Okay, wait, what?
Can you do feedback and make it easy?
Yeah.
Leon, can we get a spotlight and nothing?
No! He's there.
He's there. Good job.
Why are we not doing the announcements when we go home?
This is modern day.
Wait, is someone voting?
There's no reflection.
Oh, I see.
No, it's a slowly.
Wait, no.
Oh, God, I need to
Mary, do you want to come? We can do the Claire scene.
It's just one person. You can do the classic.
Well, I don't like, but I only know one word.
Go for it. Give it your best.
Guys, I'm nervous now. I only like being in private.
No, absolutely.
Charlie has to be
No. Luke, I'm going to use the
You what? Hello?
That's it.
What are we doing?
We're doing the original Fleabag in full, in Minionese.
Oh, how does it start?
It's the office scene.
Oh, yeah.
Sex Priest is not in the film show.
Yeah, it's just like,
It's like I am.
Right.
What was that transition? Sorry.
Wait.
Have we just descended into madness?
Yes,
Wait, why is it amazing? Are we going to have a playing?
What are you bloody playing? No, not doing it. I don't know anything!
It's no audio, so you haven't done it.
Oh, okay.
There are some.
We've been here for how long? Hello? Someone else take over, I don't want to do it. There's no translation.
This is so hard.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Veronica, open the door, please.
What more am I opening?
Veronica, can we not try and please?
Oh, that's Guys, we have our first announcement. Hello. Of the many competition, our main turn this year, it's turned out to be Angels in America. Bananas on the house.
Panto was despicable, Panto. The marketing manager will be Kat Chapman. The social secretary will be Charlie Rimmer. The company welfare officer will be Shira David. The tea side will be Nick Raymond.
The maths will be published on Facebook tonight. Thank you all for bearing with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Producers and the director, anyone who's still here from the projects, please come over to me for 5 minutes. I won't keep you for long.
Hi.
Do we have someone from each team? We have Angels, we have Panto, we have Pygmalion, we have Kendall. Yay! Okay, so. It's a slideshow, but I'll keep it short and sweet and I'll send it to you. Okay. I have that slideshow. I'm going to go through, like, kind of the key points really quick, just so you guys are, I'll send this all over as emails afterwards. Essentially, you just have to DM. What happens next? I guess for those who might not know, the production manager on the committee, so I'll be like the contact for anything. Mainly auditions and all that. So, first things first, please read through the production guidelines. General admin things, for booking spaces, be in contact with our secretary, Veronica. Please check the Bedlam calendar. It's on the website. So you request for a time in Bedlam. It's really easy. You can see it on the website, so you don't ask, oh, can I have this slot from 12 to 2 on Saturdays? We have these workshops every week. Oh, like, you can check the calendar yourself, see if there's any clashes. If there's free slots, just message Veronica with you in. At least 2 people on your show team should be DM trained preferably by your show week. That should be at least your stage manager, preferably also your director. As long as there are people, at least 2 people on your team who are DM trained for your show week, that would be amazing. Actually, needed and amazing. If you're unsure what DM training entails, when it is, please contact our theater managers, that's Hannah Connor and Antonas Lewis, right here for DM training and all details about that.